Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode to this Guide to Flight Simulator. In this episode I'll be doing the pushback and startup of the engines as well as the taxi to the runway. In the previous episode I did the cold and dark start, how to start this Airbus A320. For this series I will be doing a flight from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport to Frankfurt. We have everything programmed and ready for the pushback. What we will do is go over to the iPad and do the before start checklist. Fueling has disconnected 5,100 kilos, which is appropriate for this flight. As seen in the previous episode, the chocks and traffic cones have been removed. We can see that the wheels are vacant, and then the APU has been started and the APU bleed is on. The external power is off, the doors are closed and armed, and our beacon light is on. That means that we can call the pushback truck. I like using the Better Pushback plugin.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Selected the pushback to
Great news,
there.
Captain, your tow's coming.
And then we'll wait for the pushback truck to connect. We'll also turn on the seatbelt sign.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Now we have the message that the the tow truck has been connected. We have our parking brakes still on, so we won't move. But now we can turn our parking brake off, and that will start our pushback.
Here comes the
Start
pushback.
the timer,
Light 'em up.
so then we can see how long it takes for us to get back to the gate at Frankfurt. Our off block time. And as he said, we can start our engines. So our push and start clearance has been obtained. Ground communication, we followed the commands of the pushback truck. Our right side of the plane is clear. And that means that we can turn over the engine mode selector to start. The engine panel has appeared on the lower ECAN display, and I'll turn on Engine Master 2. We'll see that the N2 is rising, and we can monitor the lower ECAN display. And now we can see the EGT is rising, and slowly the N1 is also starting to rise. And once it's available, we will get an available sign in the N1 parameter display. There we go, available, and we can start engine 1.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
We'll follow the command to set our parking brake.
And we're disconnecting the tow.
And
Give me just a moment.
The tow will disconnect. And we have engine 1 available. We'll turn over the engine mode selector to normal. Turn off the APU bleed and the APU master switch. Put our flaps to position 1. Arm our speed brake. Turn our auto brake to max. Set our takeoff trim to down 0.7, and we
we're
can check that.
disconnected.
Oh,
Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
we can check this. If we pull back on our joystick, we can see the pitch trim in the lower ECAM, and we'll do a flight control check. Down, left, and right, rudder left, and rudder right. Cool. We'll do our after start checklist. Engine, wing, and de-ice is off as required. Our APU bleed and master are off. pitch trim is just set, engine mode selector is in normal, spoilers are armed, flaps are in 1, our rudder trim reset 0, flight controls have been checked, the doors are closed and armed, our ECAM status is checked, and hand signals have been received by the pushback truck. There he goes. That means we can start a taxi. We'll tap take off config. We'll ready the cabin on the FAP page. Take off config. And turn on our taxi and runway turn off lights. Release our parking brake. And slowly add a bit of power until we see the N1 rising. Using our rudder, you can keep the aircraft centered on the taxi lines. And in the where we are parked now, we will be taking a left. And the maximum taxi speed we want to maintain is around 20 knots. We can see our ground speed here in the navigation display. And we'll be crossing over to the inner taxiways here at Schiphol Airport. That is the procedure. All of these procedures and charts, if you would like, can be found on the resources page in the fact page of the Flight Sim Guru website. And then we'll add some more power to keep us steady. And as we will be using the full runway, we have 2 more holding points to go. We can, however, start our takeoff checklist. For takeoff, our TCAS, TA, RA, and above. Our engine mode selector is in normal as required. Brake temperatures checked below 150. Our brake fans, there we go, are off. Sliding tables are stowed. We have our takeoff clearances. There is no ATC online. And as it says here, we check our standard instrument departure and our MCDU. And that is correct, the Randy 1 Sierra. Our external lights, we'll turn those on, landing lights, takeoff, and our strobe light. And then we can line up. Always check left, that it's clear, and right is clear.
Approaching 2-4.
And we'll line up to the runway. Also using our toe brakes. If you want more information about hardware,
On runway 24.
then also navigate to the hardware section of the fact page on the Flight Sim Guru website. Now we have centered ourselves with the runway, and that's where this episode ends. In the next episode we'll be doing the takeoff and climb. Go check that one out as well, and if you missed anything, check out the previous 2 episodes. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.